Hey friends, it's Gabrielle Ishell. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are making Christmas cookies. So exciting. I'm wearing my church attire. I forgot to bring a change of clothes because I was rushing this morning. So I'm baking in my dress. So we made 5 different cookies. They're all found on Pinterest. I'll leave links to all of them in the description box below. Sweets by T owner here is making an executive decision. It would help. It'd make it easier.
Did not see what? Ground cloves.
Bag missing.
Okay. We have both dark brown, light brown sugar, molasses. You have milk. Then we have milk. Then we have peanut butter, Hershey Kiss chocolate chips. So pretty much everything is out except for the unsweetened cocoa powder and then the ground cloves. We have everything else.
Now you have just heard the complete roll call of what we're doing. That is the complete roll call. That means something's missing. The bag is missing.
We made the M&M chocolate chip cookie first because you have to chill it for 15 to 30 minutes. So you'll need a cup of butter, a cup of brown sugar, 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 large eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of fine sea salt, 3/4 cups of chocolate chips, and 1 cup of Christmas M&Ms.
Mix for one.
Oh, Lord, Jesus.
Wait, turn it off.
Oops. Lord.
So you're gonna mix for 1 to 2 minutes.
Oh,
I'm gonna
turn
get
it up
the.
this way. Okay.
I'm gonna get the eggs and the vanilla.
So first you want to start by creaming the butter and sugars together with a mixer until it's creamy and fluffy.
Look at the flick of the wrist.
You got Brother Dave over here flicking
Look at the flick
on.
of the wrist. Slow down for him a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Can't go too fast. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes a little bit of patience.
Should turn it up. Is that the highest?
Oh, no.
He was slowing it down for us.
You know, you can't go too fast.
That's what she said.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Then you can mix the eggs with the vanilla.
We don't measure vanilla. You pour vanilla with your heart.
Just until it combined. You don't want to overmix it. Then you mix in the dry ingredients and then fold in the chocolate chips and M&Ms. You can add more or less M&Ms and chocolate chips however you see fit.
Put as much chocolate as your heart desires.
That's enough.
So annoying.
You'll want to chill the dough for 15 to 30 minutes if you have time. And then you're going to use a cookie scoop to scoop the dough onto a lined baking sheet. We did not line it. It was perfectly fine doing it this way. So you want to bake this at 375 for about 7 to 10 minutes. And the edges are barely brown. I think we baked ours on the longer side, so our edges were a little bit brown and golden. Slacking on the job. It's supposed to be.
What you mean? I'm done. I'm done, boss, and I work on holidays.
So this recipe was found on iHeart Nap Time. Some of the baking tips that the author identified were to chill the dough. You can use a mix of semi-sweet and white chocolate chips to add even more flavor. You can add extra M&Ms or even chocolate chips on top. And don't overbake it. So we kind of overbaked it. It says to remove from the oven when edges are barely golden, but the center is still soft.
On 3.
Oh, eat them on 3?
No, grab them on 3.
1, 2, 3.
I may be by hand, sweets by D. Taking over.
That was the copyright.
Take it over.
Copyright. on half.
Finger
You
looking
don't
good. Gestational diabetes.
You was married when you did that.
Ma'am. That's what he said.
Chocolate busting out here. Dripping all
Look at that. You can see. Yes.
That's good.
The chocolate chip
Okay,
is
now I'm
melting.
gonna put another layer on it.
Crispy enough. And green and red. Holiday
The
praise.
M&M still got the crunch, the
It
shell,
does.
the crunch to it. The boneless
And there's
M&M.
still more cookies to come.
Boneless M&M.
I feel like y'all
Cheers.
over commentating, you know, cookies.
Cheers.
Your comment.
All right, next we have the peanut butter blossom cookies. For this one, you'll need 1 egg, 3/4 cups of peanut butter, 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 40 milk chocolate kisses, 1/2 teaspoon of table salt, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, we did not use kisses. We forgot to get them, so we used chocolate chips instead. One thing to note, if you need more of the chocolate to kind of counter the peanut butter, I would use a kiss because it's bigger, has more chocolate. Or if you use chocolate chips, use more than 1.
He's stupid.
Get it. Get it.
Girl said
Girl
she's
gonna be on
helping.
she gonna be on the site. Foot fetish.
You can't see
And then you
my toe.
subbing in for Pearl. She's helping.
Subbing there, she ain't do nothing.
I did do something.
I'm moving. That's all.
Okay, come on.
That's all. Hey, what's happening here?
I heard thumps.
Stop!
I didn't mean to connect. This is what happens when you have two.
Come on!
Hey.
Side like this.
See the girl?
She did my.
She would want to get on camera.
Next, we have our gingerbread woman cookies. So for this recipe, you'll need 3 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of ground ginger, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. This was new to me. I've never had ground cloves before or used ground cloves before. You'll also need 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter, room temperature, 3/4 cups of dark brown sugar, 1 large egg, a 1/2 cup of molasses, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1 teaspoon of finely grated lemon zest, which is optional. I don't think we used it. So you'll want to preheat the oven to 375. You're going to whisk the flour, salt, and spices together in a bowl, set aside. In a separate bowl, you want to cream the butter and sugar until they just come together. Don't want to make it too light and fluffy. Then you want to add the egg, mix until incorporated. Add the molasses, vanilla, and lemon zest if you're using it, and then mix until incorporated. Then you want to slowly mix the flour into that bowl until the dough forms. Then you're going to roll out on a lightly floured surface and bake on parchment-lined baking sheet for 8 to 9 minutes.
She's the drill sergeant.
She's the what?
Shout out.
Roll!
What's your business name? Yeah, there you go. What's your business name, Tanika? Okay, there you go. There you go.
All your cake needs from me.
She's on her duty here.
Yeah. Flower babe.
Next, we have the sugar cookie recipe, also found on Pinterest. There's no chilling of the dough needed.
You anointed your head with flour and your cookies runneth over.
For this recipe, you'll need 1 cup of unsalted butter, 1 cup of granulated white sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract, 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So for this one, you'll want to preheat the oven to 350. In your bowl, you want to cream butter and sugar until smooth. That's at least 3 minutes. And then you beat in the extracts and the eggs. And then in a separate bowl, combine the baking powder and salt with flour, adding a little bit at a time to the wet ingredients. All caps, it says do not chill the dough. So we try to get recipes where you didn't have to chill the dough, you didn't have to do all these extra steps, because unfortunately we made all these in one day, which it was kind of a lot, but it worked out. So we were trying to save time where we could. So you want to bake these at 350 for 6 to 8 minutes and then take out and let it sit until cooled down.
Look at that cute little butter.
Oh. I've never seen.
No, it's always like a
Oh
stick.
my goodness. Okay, lastly, we have the chocolate crinkle cookies. For this one, you'll need 10 ingredients. You have 3 eggs, 2.5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2/3 cups of cocoa powder, 3/4 cups of confectioner's powdered sugar, 1 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 1/4 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So for this one, you're going to preheat the oven to 325. First, you want to whisk together the dry ingredients. So that's the flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, and sea salt. Then you set aside, and then you can start on with your wet ingredients. So you want to cream the eggs and sugar. Add the sugar and the eggs to a bowl and mix it on medium to high speed for 3 to 4 minutes until pale yellow and noticeably thicker. Then you add vanilla and melted butter. And then after you mix all those together, you can add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients gradually. You want to do it slowly. I used my hand to scoop out the dough and roll it into a ball. And then you roll the cookie dough in powdered sugar and transfer it back to the baking sheet. You want to bake that for 12 to 14 minutes. Now it's time for decorating. We each kind of did our own thing with this, using our creative artistry however we please. I had a lot of fun making cookies with the fam. If you're interested in seeing the ingredients that we use, go ahead and check out the links to all of the Pinterest accounts that we use the recipes from. They're all going to be in my description box below. Go ahead and get this video a big thumbs up, and consider subscribing to my channel and clicking the bell to be notified whenever I post. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Now here are some bloopers. Can you say that again?
I need 3/4 cup of granulated sugar.
So like y'all over commentating, cookies.
Don't be so negative.
I'm calling this out.
It's Christmas.
Some almond.
Yes.
All right, cut.
Okay. I like when I find good.
Unseen. Cut. What are you having?
Nuh-uh.
I'm having a thing.
Stop moving your hand. I'm taking a picture.
Having a thing.
Okay.
Hey,
That's not sexy.
hold your baby.